Okay, so in this quick video, I'm going to show you how I clean rust and corrosion off my tools. These are my drywall knives, and they're very badly rusted and corroded. This one still has some drywall compound residue on it, but it's mostly rust. One possible complication I'm going to have is there's rust pitting or corrosion pitting into the metal. I don't know if the camera can show that, but the corrosion has ate its way into the metal. This one specifically is quite bad. I can see the pits. So I'm curious to see how these are going to turn out. So stay tuned. I get excellent results using white vinegar to clean rust off of my tools. I get this at dollar stores for $1 something for every 4 liters, so it's quite cheap. The next thing that we're going to need is a large bin or tub. Just something large enough that we can fit our tools in and submerge them in with vinegar. All you need is just enough vinegar to submerge the tools. That's it. Okay, so it's been about 12 hours now, and you can see the difference that the vinegar has made. So this is what we're going to be using: steel wool, scrubby pad, and just a sandpaper block or a sandpaper sponge. So the first thing I'm using is the steel wool pad, and you'll see that about 95% of the rust is coming off at this point. It's coming off just really easily, just like butter. And after this step, you could just rinse the tools off and they would be mostly just good to go now. But I want to get them really nice and polished up, so just stay tuned for the final before and after. So I decided I'm not going to use the little scrubby pad. I'm going to just move on to my sanding sponge. Now this is the step that really polishes the tools up. So it takes a while. I just kind of sand one side at a time, and then I'll submerge it and I'll go to the other tool and I'll alternate back and forth for about the next 5 minutes, and then you'll see the difference here in a bit. I'm also going to use this wire brush for the reason to get into the little pits and craters to get that rust out of there. You can kind of see those little pit marks. My sandpaper won't reach in there, so I'm going to use the wire brush for that. So I've now rinsed and dried the tools, and now I'm doing a final dry sand with a fine grit paper just to really polish it up. So first I just kind of sand it like this, and then I'm going to use a cloth and polish it like this, and you'll see in a second here why I do that, just to get that metal residue off. So it's just about finished now. So here is the final result, all nice and polished up. There is some scouring marks in it, just from the sanding to get the rust off, but for the purposes of a drywall knife, that makes zero difference. So this knife turned out not too bad. You can kind of see there's still some fine pitting in there, but it won't make any difference for a drywall knife. The other knife, however, didn't turn out quite so well. The pitting was just quite severe. Okay, here, I'll just show you here. There was just nothing I could do about that. I would have to grind down the metal, but then it would just compromise the blade. So this knife, I'm just going to use it as a scraper now. So otherwise it would have been garbage, so I kind of salvaged it for some sort of purpose. So anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you found it helpful. Alright, see you next time.